Okay, let's start with the basics. All chords, which are 3 or more notes played at the same time, can be played in different inversions. What does that mean? If we play a chord of C, this is C major in its root position, because the note C is in the bottom. Then you have, take that C off the bottom and put it on the top, C in its first inversion, still a chord of C major. Take the E off the bottom and put it on the top. C in its second inversion, still a chord of C, and then you're back to C in its root. So C can be played anywhere on the piano, anywhere you want. As long as it has the notes C, E and G in it, it's a chord of C. That is the same for all chords. Wherever they are, whatever the chord is, even if it's complicated, it's the same chord wherever you play it. So what I get asked by a lot of students is about how to transition between one chord and another chord without jumping all over the place. For instance, if we took a little chord progression, C major, F, E minor, A minor, D minor, G to C, if you played all those chords in their root position, there's a lot of jumping about and it doesn't sound very good. So how about we start with a chord of C, and we're going to work our way through this chord chart, C, F, E minor, A minor, D minor, G, C, but always looking for the nearest way, the closest way, to play the next chord in the sequence. What do I mean by that? Well, we've got our chord of C that we're starting with. Now the chord of F, F major, has got the notes F, A and C in it. Now if you look at the chord, we've already got a C being played. So the nearest F chord, F, A, C, is here. Just played in a different inversion. So we would go from C to F. Now that's a lot easier than that. Now the next chord is E minor. Now where's the nearest E minor? We want the nearest E, G, B. Well, perhaps when you notice we've got an E under our finger here already, you'd want to choose that E minor chord, E, G, B. Then we're looking at A minor in the sequence. Well, chord of A minor has A, C, E. We're already playing an E, so we may as well keep that. So where's the nearest A? That's right there. Nearest C is right there. Then we've got a D minor chord. Chord of D minor has D, F and A. We're already playing an A. So there is your chord of D minor. Then the chord of G major. G major has got G, B, D. Already playing a D. So we could keep that D, play the G there, and then the last chord is a chord of C major, and we want C, E and G. We've already got a G. We could go there, or we could go here. Whichever, it's up to you. But what you'll see from the way that we've played those now is that there's far less movement between chords when you use the inversions. Makes it look a lot easier, doesn't it? So let's try the same chord progression but in a different place. We'll start with C here. Okay, so we're playing C in its second inversion. C, E and G. So now where's the nearest F? Well, we've got our C from FAC in F, so we could play F there. So there's hardly any movement. Nearest E minor, well, probably down one. Nearest A minor, we're already playing an E from A minor. Nearest D minor, already playing an A from the D minor. Nearest G major, probably the next step up. Nearest C, already playing a G from the C chord, so we keep that. Let's try another chord progression. Let's this time start with A minor. So we're going to do A minor, E minor, D minor, E major, F, G to C. So if you played all of those in the root, sounds pretty bad really, doesn't it? So let's try working on our principle of looking for the nearest chord. There's A minor. We're already playing an E here from E minor, so we can move these down. Notice I often have to change fingering in the chord as we move. So I've gone to a 1, 2, 5 now. So that was an easy move. So D minor, we can keep the shape if you like, just everything moves down one. Or if we were on the E minor, we could have gone up, because that's pretty close as well. That'll be your choice when you're playing, whatever sounds best to you. So let's say we went up. Now we're looking for E major. So we need E, G sharp, B. Well, G sharp is right next to our A there. So it makes sense to go down. The nearest F chord, F-A-C, well that's right there. The nearest G chord, and the nearest C. So the principle is, look for the nearest chord. Look for the least amount of movement in your fingers between one chord and another. And you'll find you'll be able to simply transition whatever the style. With hardly any movement.